G'day everyone. A while back in one of my videos, someone commented on the lures that were hanging on the wall in the background and asked me if I could grab a couple of lures and tell a few stories during this COVID lockdown time. So today I'm going to tell you a story, and it's going to be about this one. This is a timber predator lure made here in Wangaratta. Rightio folks, this timber predator lure is the lure that I caught my very first cod on a cast and retrieve lure. As a lot of people, back in the 80s, we fished with bait. We caught Murray cod on bait, and they were few and far between back then, but what we caught on yabbies and barty grubs. And then moving into the 1990s, we started trawling them, and I'd go down to Lake Mulwala with my dad, and we would trawl more fish. And we were trawling Murray cod, we were trawling them in the Ovens River, we were trawling them in Wangaratta, in Lake Mulwala with mud bugs and floppies and predator lures, these ones back then. But then one day I was trawling with my dad. We were in Wangaratta. We'd put in at the Templeton Street boat ramp. We'd been down the river for miles in the boat. It was a lot easier to get through the river back then than it is these days. And we were trawling back up towards town, and I got a strike. I said, "Got him." Dad says, "Bugger, I'm snagged." So while Dad was snagged, I reeled my line in, and whack, he hit it again while I was reeling it in. I said, he's still hitting it. And I reeled it in, and my dad was juggling, controlling the boat, holding his rod and using the lure retriever to unsnag his lure, rather than helping him out. I thought I'll just have a couple of quick casts in case that fish is still there. And I cast this very lure back out next to the big tree that we just trawled past, and bang, I caught a nice cod of around 60 centimetres long on this very lure while my dad was still snagged. And that was what paved the way for me to get into lure casting for Murray cod. That was my very first cod on a cast and retrieve lure. I'd read about it in fishing magazines. Guys like Rod Harrison were writing about it all the time. This is back in the 1990s, but I'd never done it. And to me, it was a bit of a mythical thing that I saw people in magazines do. And then within a few days, when I first got a chance, I was an adult still then. I was an adult, I had a boat and a boat licence. Actually, we didn't need boat licences back then. I was an adult with a boat and didn't need a licence. So I hooked my boat up a few days later when I had a day off work. I went down to the Ovens River, I mowed it upstream, and within about 10 minutes of just casting, I thought I'm going to go up, just drift down and cast. With this very lure, I caught my second one. This was the first time I'd actually set out from home to go cast and retrieve fishing for Murray cod. Once again, it was this little lure. Once again, it was about 60 centimetres. And that morning, I think I caught 6 Murray cod casting this lure. And you know what? I've done bugger all trolling since. Not for Murray cod anyway. I do a lot for redfin. We still troll down at Lake Mulwala in the timber and in the river. And if I still had a boat, I'd still go and do that now from time to time. But most of the fishing around here now is all lure casting. And that was my... That's how I got into casting lures for Murray cod, folks. So that's just a short story of one of the lures that's on the wall in the shed here. I'll see if I can pick out another one at some stage to share a story with you all with. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this short story. If you have, why not give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.